Module Overview. Module 4 delves deep into the realm of textile dyeing techniques, charting a journey from the indigenous and traditional practices of fabric coloration to the cutting-edge innovations and sustainability trends of modern textile art. Textile dyeing is not merely a decorative art form. It is a highly technical and culturally significant process that fuses chemistry, design, environmental science, and storytelling. This module covers natural and synthetic dyes, surface treatments, immersion techniques, and resist dyeing, exploring their application in art, craft, fashion, and industry. Special attention is given to global textile cultures from the ancient batik of Indonesia to the intricate adore of Nigeria and shibori of Japan, highlighting how communities use dyeing as both an aesthetic tool and a social language. You will explore the chemical properties of dye substances, textile fiber compatibility, and environmental impact, with practical emphasis on studio application, design experimentation, and conservation ethics. Fundamentals of dye chemistry and fiber compatibility. Classification of dyes, natural versus synthetic fiber, reactive dyes, acid dyes, dispersed dyes, vat dyes, direct dyes. Role of mordants in binding color, alum, iron, copper, tannins. Fiber types, plant-based, cotton, flax, protein-based, wool, silk, synthetics, polyester. Molecular interaction, bonding types, ionic, covalent, van der Waals. Natural dyeing techniques. Extraction of pigments from plants, minerals, insects, e.g., indigo, madder, cochineal. Traditional methods of steeping, boiling, fermentation. Environmental and health benefits of non-toxic dyes. Historical relevance in African, Asian, and South American textile cultures. Challenges in color fastness and reproducibility. Synthetic dyeing methods. Discovery of aniline dyes and the Industrial Revolution. Advantages, consistent colors, scalable production techniques, immersion dyeing, dip dyeing, over dyeing. Handling toxic chemicals and ensuring safe studio practice innovations. Low water dyes, fiber reactive eco dyes, digitally engineered dye compounds. Resist dyeing techniques. Tie and dye, adir, shibori, bandhani. Folding, knotting, stitching, and binding techniques, patterns based on resist areas, layering of color through multiple dips. Batik, wax resist, application of hot wax with jaunting tool or stamps. Dye penetration control through wax application, repeating patterns, symbolic motifs, crackle effect as an aesthetic identifier. Starch resist and clay resist, common in West African techniques. Thick paste applied before dye immersion, washed off post-dyeing to reveal base fabric. Immersion and direct dyeing techniques. Immersion dyeing, fully submerging fabric for even coverage. Ombre, gradient dip dyeing, over dyeing. Layering colors for visual depth. Direct application, dye painting, printing, or brushing onto fabric. Advanced and experimental dyeing. Ice dyeing, slow pigment dispersal through melting ice. Rust dyeing, reactive processes using iron oxidization. Bundle dyeing, steaming wrapped bundles of plant matter. Digital dyeing, inkjet dyeing with reactive inks. Thermochromic and photochromic dyes, color-changing textiles. Tools, equipment, and studio safety. Dye pots, steamers, thermometers, pH strips, protective gear, gloves, masks, aprons, neutralizing chemicals for safe disposal, dye bath management, temperature, timing, stirring. Cultural symbolism in dyed textiles. Adire Aleko, an African heritage symbolism, Japanese shibori, and Zen aesthetics. Batik as storytelling in Java, Indian bandhani, in ceremonial textiles. Global dialogues through textile language. Sustainability in dyeing practices. Reducing water and chemical waste, use of plant-based dyes and closed-loop systems. Innovations in biodyeing using bacteria and algae, ethical sourcing of dye plants and textiles, role of upcycling and slow fashion. Design integration and practical studio application. Creating textile dye swatches and journals, pattern planning and resist mapping. Color theory in fabric design. Mixing techniques. Batik plus tie-dye, over-dye, plus block printing. documentation and evaluation for textile portfolios, learning objectives. By the end of Module 4, you will be able to identify and apply traditional and contemporary dyeing methods, evaluate the chemical interactions between dyes and textile fibers, utilize resist techniques to create intentional design effects, produce environmentally conscious dyed fabrics, understand the cultural and historical context of dyed textiles globally, develop experimental textile works incorporating layered dyeing methods,